Hi students, I'm Sonia from Vidya Guru, starting a new session on current affairs. This session is for the month of October. October 2021 I'm referring to. As you guys can make out that I'm speaking completely in English, that means this session is in English medium. Completely in English, not a word in Hindi. This session in English medium is recorded primarily for our students from South India. Primarily for our students from Northeast India, like the students who are watching us from Karnataka, from Kerala, from Telangana or Tamil Nadu, those students who are unable to understand Hindi well, we record a separate session in complete English medium for them. I'll start the session, but I always say the same thing. The questions are very important. Remain focused. If you don't understand English, switch to the Hindi session. I'm repeating that, please. This session is in English medium. If you like the session, please press the like button for sure. Share the video with your friends so that they can get the benefit of such a session. You'll be spending around half an hour with me. You'll be learning around 60 questions. I'm telling you, they are that important. You will see these questions in your exam for sure. Subscribe to Vidya Guru's YouTube channel. If you do such a thing, if you press the bell icon which is just beside the subscribe button, you will be able to know whenever Vidya Guru uploads a new video, you will get the notification of the same. I'll start from here on. The first question is about 11th PSU Maharatna. We all know when we use such a word Maharatna, that means there's something very important. It is, a performer sort of thing. PSUs I'm referring to. Public sector undertaking I'm referring to. 11th PSU, that means PSU of the government, I'm saying, public sector undertakings. The 11th edition is PFC. Power Finance Corporation Limited has become the new PSU. It got added recently in the PSU Maharatna category. There are 10 already available. BHEL is there, BPCL is there, Coal India is already a Maharatna. GAIL is a Maharatna, HPCL, Indian Oil, NTPC, ONGC, SAIL, Power Grid Corporation. These are the 10 public sector undertakings. These are the 10 PSU which are already called Maharatnas. I'm saying 11th and the new edition is PFC, which is Power Finance Corporation. If I wish to explain it further, what PFC is, then I'm going to explain it like that. India's largest infrastructure finance company. India's largest infrastructure finance company for power sector, that is PFC. That's the introduction of PFC. So I'm saying 11th edition in PSU Maharatna is PFC, Power Finance Corporation Limited. Let's move to the next question. It is about Global Hunger Index. The nation has reached this level. You can even see that the situation is deteriorating. We are falling down. Only 116 nations were there and India's rank was 101. 101st was the India's rank out of 116 countries. That means hunger of that level, that only around 15 nations are just behind us. If you actually talk about the number one rank, it was given to 18 nations. If somebody is teaching you the names of those 18 nations, believe me, that is not going to be significant. You need not learn. You cannot learn the names of 18 nations which stood on top. We are placing them on top. Does not mean that they have most hunger. They have most hunger. The nations are the nations are in such terrible state. It is not the case. They are in way better state than any other nations. That is why they were kept on top. They have less hunger than other nations. That is why these 18 nations were kept on top. It is actually published by World Hunger Health and Concern Worldwide. World Hunger Health, it is actually called in German. It is a German organization. So they actually call themselves World Hunger Health, which actually construes to what? World Hunger Aid. That's what they mean. So World Hunger Health and Concern Worldwide. Any index is published by some organization, topmost rank and the rank of India. These are the three things that you have to study always. That's what I've mentioned here. Learn all that and let's move ahead. The next question is Henley passport. When you read such a thing, you need to understand how powerful your passport is. When you keep this passport index in your mind, it is for 2021. When you look at number 1 rank, Japan and Singapore, that means these are the nations and their passport is very, very powerful because they stood on top. They can travel. The people of Japan and Singapore can travel to 192 nations visa free. When you actually talk about India's rank, it is 90th. Visa free travel to 58 nations. What I am trying to say, as it is Henley's passport index, you can even understand that it is published by Henley and Partners. We all have understood that. I am saying on top, Japan and Singapore were kept, and I was saying that 192 visa free travel, as in visa free travel in 192 nations can take place. But when you are an Indian, visa free travel to 58 nations is allowed. Getting me? And India was on what rank? 90th rank. Let's move ahead. Now, central government schemes. Central government schemes, what do I mean by saying that? I'm going to explain, the schemes here. First, I'll be explaining Amrut. See, whichever scheme is launched by our central government, that has the certainty, that becomes super significant from the perspective of any exam. So read that carefully. I have written Amrut in uppercase. That means capital letters are there. That means this has some full form as well. Amrit is Atal Mission for Rejuvenation. Atal Mission for Rejuvenation. UNT stands for Urban Transformation. So Atal Mission for Rejuvenation and Urban Transformation, Amrut, second edition of it got extended till 2025 for 26. 2025 to 26. This is the time period for this Amrit 2.0, I'm saying Amrit 2.0 scheme. When you move to the lower point, which states the aim, see if there's any scheme, it is brought up into any sort of existence, they have some ambition, they have some aim to achieve. So what we are trying to say here, that aim is to make 4,700 towns or cities. No, it has the aim making 4,700 towns or cities water secure. Making water secure is the aim. What are they making water secure? They are making towns and cities water secure. How many towns and cities they will be making water secure? They will be 4,700. Under which scheme? Amrit 2.0 scheme. The next thing is that the budget of this scheme, it is 2.97 lakh crore. It is huge. See, the budget, the outlay of any scheme is also asked in the exam. So even if you find it difficult, learn that. 2.97 lakh crore is the scheme of Amrut 2.0. I've told you the full form of it. The full form can be there in your exam. Please learn that carefully. The next scheme is continuation of Swachh Bharat Mission, urban. When you look at such a picture, you can even understand it is written. The slogan they had is Ek Kadam Swachhata Ki Or. One step towards cleanliness. One step towards cleanliness. That's what they mean. So continuation of Swachh Bharat Mission, urban, referring to Swachh Bharat Mission, urban. The second edition of it got extended. That even has the duration like 2025 to 2026. The budget for it is 1.41 lakh crore. Swachh Bharat Mission Urban 2.0 has the budget 1.41 lakh crore. I am saying even this has some aim. See, you cannot keep on launching schemes without having an aim. So the aim has to be there. The aim has to be kept in mind too. The aim is make cities garbage free. What else do you expect from Swachh Bharat Mission? Obviously, they'll be making, the country clean. So that's what they are doing. They are going to make the country garbage free. They are going to make cities garbage free. That's what they aim at. Let's move ahead. Actually, move to the next question, which is about NBFC. NBFC regulatory framework. Now, students, you have, bank exams also. Relate that question with that bank exam because it is surely going to be there. Look at this pyramid first. I am going to explain this pyramid in easier terms. I'll try my level best. I'm going to talk about NBFCs. Why? Because it is the question related to NBFC regulatory framework only. They have actually 4 layers here. If you are not able to see what is written in the picture, I am going to tell you this is base layer, middle layer, upper layer and top layer. These are the 4 layers, and we are going to categorize NBFCs according to their asset size or maybe some other way, but we are keeping them in these layers. What sort of NBFCs will be kept in which layer? That's what today's question going to be. The first is base layer. We'll start going like this. So this is the base layer. What are we going to keep in base layer? NBFCs, non-deposit taking NBFCs. Non-deposit taking NBFCs if they have their asset size of below 1000 crores. NBFCs can be deposit taking NBFCs. NBFCs can be non-deposit taking NBFCs. What I'm trying to say here, that non-deposit taking NBFCs below the asset size of 1000 crores will be kept in this base layer. NBFC's account aggregator will be kept in this base layer. This is the classification of base layer. If you read it, I'll read it for you. Non-deposit taking NBFCs, peer-to-peer lending platforms, etc. will be kept in the base layer. The classification in the pyramid, which NBFCs will be kept in which layer, is super important. Learn that carefully. Now let's move to the middle layer now. What will be kept in middle layer? Middle layer will have all deposit taking NBFCs. Middle layer will have all deposit taking NBFCs. Earlier we were talking about non-deposit taking NBFCs, but what sort of non-deposit taking NBFCs? Which have the asset size of below 1000. That means there have to be NBFCs which are actually above or of the size of 1000 crore. Where are we going to keep them? Now let's come to that point. The middle layer will have all the deposit taking NBFCs first. The second one is NBFCs which are non-deposit taking. NBFCs which are non-deposit taking with 1000 crore or more asset size. That means NBFCs below, non-deposit taking NBFCs below 1000 crore asset size, they are there in base layer. But when they touch 1000 crore or above, they actually reach the middle layer. That's what I'm trying to explain here. Even infra finance NBFCs, I've mentioned that in this picture. If it is not visible to you, I'll read it for you. Housing finance companies or infra debt funds, etc. Infra finance NBFCs will also be kept in the middle layer. Now let's reach the upper layer. The question is very important, read it carefully. Now we'll actually talk about the upper layer. What sort of NBFCs will be kept in upper layer and top layer? Upper layer will have, as per RBI criteria, or top 10 NBFCs will be kept in upper layer. Okay. This upper layer, it is written systemically significant NBFCs. I want to tell you something that, if top 10 NBFCs are there, they are already in this, they'll be kept already, as in they'll be kept in this upper layer. It is going to be there for sure. It is pretty evident. But apart from these 10 NBFCs, RBI is going to decide what other NBFCs are going to be the part of this upper layer. First, top 10 NBFCs are falling there, as in they are going to be there in this category, and rest, if other NBFCs have to be added, RBI is going to decide that. When you talk about this top layer needing higher regulation and supervision, so what sort of NBFCs will be kept in top layer? See, ideally they are saying in top layer we'll keep it empty. We'll keep it empty, ideally it will remain empty. But if there is any NBFC, if there is any substantial increase in potential risk, potential systemic risk from an NBFC in upper layer, then that NBFC will be shifted from upper layer to top layer if higher regulation, if higher supervision is needed for that NBFC, then we'll be switching it from upper layer to top layer. Otherwise, ideally top layer is vacant, it will not have any NBFC in it. Learn that carefully, the questions are very important. Now women's football. Okay, EBA is there. Under 17 Women's World Cup 2020 mascot. When you read this point and look at the picture, this is EBA. EBA is basically, see, India is hosting it. First important thing. What are we hosting? Under 17 Women's World Cup we are hosting. I am saying the mascot that has to be made by us, that is EBA. It is basically an Asiatic lioness which is depicting women power, and it is obviously a Women's World Cup, that is why women power has to be brought out. So under 17 Women's World Cup will take place, referring to football only. Football is the title, so related with that only. This is AFC Women's Asian Football Cup 2022 tagline. See, it is going to take place in Mumbai, Pune. Mumbai, Navi Mumbai and Pune. You can even understand. That is why it becomes even important, more important for us. Look at the picture, which even states that Asian Football Cup 2022 tagline is "Our goal for all." Our goal for all. That's the tagline. Even again, I'm going to talk about football now. South Asian Football Federation I'm referring to. So SAF Championship 2021, in the finals, India defeated Nepal. SAF Championship was, that was won by India by defeating Nepal. Understand that. What, targets, what was achieved by Indians. See, the host country was Maldives. Learn that. Captain was Sunil Chhetri and he did something different. And what is that? He broke Brazilian legend Pele's record. His record, I am saying, he actually could gain 77 international goals. Sunil Chhetri was the captain of Indian football team. Indian team won by defeating Nepal. Took place in Maldives. I've told you that. What different thing Sunil Chhetri did? I am saying that Sunil Chhetri breaks Brazilian legend Pele's record of 77 international goals. I know you now will be able to understand that this is important because he broke some record. Now we'll actually come to banking news because you have your exam of banking as well. So important points are Small Finance Bank launched by Centrum and Bharat Pay. A few videos back, I was actually teaching you about Centrum and Bharat Pay, that they are planning to launch, they are planning to come up with a small finance bank. The name of that small finance bank is Unity Small Finance Bank. Centrum and Bharat Pay about to launch Unity Small Finance Bank. First question. So Unity Small Finance Bank by Centrum and Bharat Pay. Minimum paid up equity capital or net worth requirement is of 200 crores. See, we are not referring to anything, which can actually go beyond it. I'm saying minimum this much is required. So 200 crore is minimum paid up equity capital or net worth requirement is there. The share of promoter holding is 40% in it. It has to be there. That's what the minimum requirements are. We have mentioned them here. Now the next point states something else, even more significant. Earlier, see, Moody's, that's an organization basically. So according to Moody's, they upgraded Indian banking system's outlook. They have upgraded, they kept Indian banking system in the negative, outlook, negative mode. They were considering Indian banking system as negative. Now from negative, they have made it stable. That's the news you have to keep in mind. According to Moody's banking system, Indian banking system is in stable, state. The outlook of Indian banking system has reached stable. Now, next question is reappointment of Axis Bank's MD and CEO. Amitabh Chaudhary. If you actually talk about Amitabh Chaudhary, he is already the MD and CEO of Axis Bank. He has become the MD and CEO of Axis Bank again. That is why I've written it like that. Reappointment of Amitabh Chaudhary as MD and CEO. Internal Ombudsman for NBFCs with high customer interface. Ombudsman, we generally listen to such words and relate it with banks. That, a person is going to be there in the bank, or, for all the banks, who's going to take the customer grievances, who's going to take the customer complaints. So such ombudsmen do exist in banks. Now we are saying in NBFC ombudsman scheme came into existence in 2018. NBFC ombudsman scheme came into existence in 2018. So as per that, even NBFCs are expected to have ombudsman. But it says that internal ombudsmen have to be there if those NBFCs have high customer interface. So such NBFCs are expected to have internal ombudsman also. Now, another important question is that IPO is going to be released. IPO is going to be issued by Fino Payments Bank. Fino Payments Bank is about to release its IPO. Let's move to the next question. Okay, now important days are there. World Habitat Day. When I actually talk about World Habitat Day, and when I say 4th October, you will be thinking that it actually comes on every 4th October. No, it is not the case. World Habitat Day is observed on first Monday of October. First Monday of October is actually celebrated as World Habitat Day. So I'm saying World Habitat Day, this year it was on 4th October. The theme was accelerating something. What are we speeding up? What are we accelerating? So accelerating urban action for carbon free world, because we are making our earth, our habitat worthy of life, worthy of living here. So how are we going to do that? We are going to make it carbon free. Accelerating urban action for carbon free world. That's the theme for this year's World Habitat Day, which fell on 4th October. World Food Day is observed on 16th October. World Food Day, 16th of October. Theme was our actions are our future. Our actions are our future. So our actions are our future. Better production, better nutrition, better environment, and a better life. So everything is better production, better nutrition, better environment, better life. That's the theme for World Food Day, observed on 16th of October. Now, a few more important days are World Post Day is observed on 9th October. Read that carefully. World Post Day is observed on 9th October. World Teachers Day, 5th of October. Not referring to 5th September. This is World Teachers Day, like the day observed, we observe it on 5th September, Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan's birthday, not referring to that one. I'm saying this is World Teachers Day is observed on 5th October. World Students Day is observed on 15th October. Many of you have not heard about it, that World Students Day is also observed on 15th of October. 31st October is the day celebrated as National Unity Day. National Unity Day. Read the words carefully when I say national and when I say world. Now International Day for poverty can't be celebrated. So poverty has to be eradicated. So International Day for eradication of something bad, removal of something bad, and that is poverty. So International Day for eradication of poverty, 17th of October. Theme has to be relevant, theme has to be related with poverty only. How we are going to do it? So the theme was building forward together. Building forward together. Ending persistent poverty. Ending persistent continuation, something which is actually taking place forever sort of, which is going on. So ending persistent poverty. Respecting all people and our planet. That's the theme kept for eradication of poverty International Day. Okay, the next question is new appointment. New appointment, you can see the faces of these people, that new chairman of Indian Banks Association. See, when I say A.K. Goyal was actually, he has been appointed as the chairman of Indian Banks Association. So he has to, be somebody to be hired, up, to this level. So he is already MD and CEO of UCO Bank. A.K. Goel is the MD and CEO of UCO Bank already. I am saying he has become the new chairman of IBA, Indian Banks Association's new chairman, A.K. Goel. Now, new chairman of Association of Mutual Funds. Read that carefully. Association of Mutual Funds. He has become the new chairman of Association of Mutual Funds. His name is A. Balasubramanian. And I told you he has to be somebody to get hired for such a rank. Who is he? CEO of Aditya Birla Sun Life? No. Aditya Birla Sun Life Asset Management Company. He is the A. Balasubramanian is already the CEO of Aditya Birla Sun Life Asset Management Company, and he has become the chairman of Association of Mutual Funds. Okay, the next question is Good Samaritan scheme. This is also a central government scheme. You can even see that launched by some ministry. That ministry has some union minister. Good Samaritan, people who help others. Good Samaritans are those people who help others. So how are we going to help if there's somebody lying on the road after the accident? We don't help them. And if you help that person, reaching the hospital, you are going to get the reward of 5,000 rupees. That's what it means. Good Samaritan scheme is launched by Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. The union minister for this ministry is Nitin Gadkari, and I am saying cash reward for such a person will be 5,000 rupees. Learn that. The question is important and easy at the same time. Now, international summits. These summits become important for us as Prime Minister Modi himself, is going to be the part of, these summits now. I'm saying G20 Summit 2021. As you can see the picture, it is written G20 Italia. So obviously it is going to take place in Italy. That is why such a thing here. So G20 Summit, presidency done by Italy, I'm saying will take place, telling you the exact location, that is Rome. So G20 Summit 2021 will take place in Rome, and I'm saying the presidency done by Italy. And their priorities. See, when they have a summit, they have something in their mind. What is that? People, planet and their prosperity. People, planet and prosperity is in their mind when they are actually arranging such a summit. United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. Convention on Climate Change. So what I'm saying is, read that carefully. United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, that is UNFCCC, Conference of Parties 26. It is written here also, and we have mentioned it as Glasgow. That means we are trying to say that in November 2021, Glasgow is in United Kingdom. Glasgow is in UK. I'm saying will take place in UK. This Conference of Parties 26 UN Climate Change Conference will take place in Glasgow. That is important. And why it becomes even more significant for us? Because our Prime Minister is going to be the part of these summits. So learn them carefully. The next question is about naval exercises. Naval exercises, what sort of exercises and how they are important. You can even read when we say that 40 plus countries are going to be the part of such a thing. That means how grand this exercise is going to be. So 40 plus countries including Quad. Quad means quadrilateral, that Quad of dialogue. So quadrilateral, that means Quad means 4 countries have to be the part of it. India, Japan, Australia, USA. This Quad will take part in this 40 plus countries exercise. What's the name of that exercise? It is Milan. Milan is the name where 40 plus nations will take part. This will take place in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. That is going to be the venue for this exercise. This is the naval exercise which will take place in February 2022. Any exercise will have a name, will have a venue and the time which it is, when it is going to take place. So I have told you the 3 things, important things. Quad, I've told you the names of those nations, 4 nations which are going to be the part of this 40 countries. Now I'll be talking about Malabar exercise. Malabar exercise, you have to see that. Malabar exercise 2021. This exercise will take place among these nations. India, US, Japan, Australia. These are the 4 countries which will be the part of Malabar exercise. Now what is important out here? It is going to be the phase 2 of it. It will be conducted in Bay of Bengal. Read that carefully. These are the Quad countries. I've talked about them here as well. I'm saying India, US, Japan and Australia will take part in this phase 2 of Malabar, and it will take place. The venue is Bay of Bengal. Let's move ahead. What all exercises are left, we'll be talking about them. Now there will be military exercises, and why are we actually saying it that first tri-services joint exercise between India and UK. Tri means 3 forces, referring to all the armed forces only. We have to classify them as, calling them as, when we call them Army, Navy and Air Force. That means 3 tri. So first tri-services joint exercise between India and UK is Konkan Shakti. See, when tri-services are involved, we can understand how significant this question is. Konkan Shakti is between India and UK first, and I told you, and 3 of the forces are going to take part in this exercise. Land phase will take place in Chaubatia, Uttarakhand. Land phase, see, because 3 of the forces are there, Navy is going to be involved, so Navy will practice in the sea phase has to be there too. Land phase will be conducted at Chaubatia, Uttarakhand. Sea phase will be conducted at Mumbai and off West Coast. That's the venue kept for this Konkan Shakti. Konkan Shakti will have multiple venues. It is bound to have multiple venues. That is why while answering the question, you have to remain careful. Choose them carefully. The next question is Yudh Abhyas. Yudh Abhyas 2021. This is going to be the 17th edition. Many times that means Yudh Abhyas has already been taken place. As Yudh Abhyas took place many times, this is going to be the 17th number, 17th time, 17th edition of this Yudh Abhyas. I am saying between India and US it takes place. This time the venue is Alaska, USA. If you can learn that it is Alaska, USA, you will be able to understand. By the words Yudh Abhyas, you will understand that India is surely there. And I am saying by Alaska, USA, you will even understand that the venue is USA, so it is going to be between India and USA now. So Yudh Abhyas, India and USA. The next question is Chennai Super Kings. Chennai Super Kings, IPL I am referring to, won IPL 2022, IPL Indian Premier League. Runner-up was Kolkata Knight Riders. See, many times they only ask you the names of the winners, but many times they ask you the names of the runner-ups also. When they say Chennai Super Kings were, the name of the winner is already there in the question. They won by defeating which team? So Kolkata Knight Riders were defeated by Chennai Super Kings. First question. The second is orange cap is given, purple cap is given. Orange cap is given to the player who scores most runs. Ruturaj Gaikwad from Chennai Super Kings only. He actually got orange cap. Purple cap is given to the person who gets more wickets, most wickets. So purple cap and most valuable player remained Harshal Patel. Royal Challengers, RCB, Bangalore. I am saying RCB's Harshal Patel became the most valuable player and he received purple cap also. Now the finals took place in Dubai, UAE. It actually took place in Dubai, UAE. Even IPL these days, is important and it is asked in the exams. Now a few names got changed. Read them carefully. Mount Harriet will be called Mount Manipur from now on. That means the name of Mount Harriet got changed to Mount Manipur first. Second is the location. It is in Andamans. So be careful. Mount Harriet will be known as Mount Manipur and I am saying it is in Andamans. Faizabad railway station will be renamed as Ayodhya Cant. Faizabad railway station will be known as Ayodhya Cant from now on. The next question is books, important books. If J.K. Rowling is there, the lady behind Harry Potter, the question and the book becomes important. So The Christmas Pig by J.K. Rowling, important book. We all know that. Bill Gates, we all know him. How to avoid climate disaster. This time Bill Gates is going to talk about climate disaster. How to avoid a climate disaster, the solution we have and the breakthroughs we need. That's the name of Bill Gates' book. The next question is Amitav Kumar's A Time Outside This Time. A Time Outside This Time, written by Amitav Kumar. Let's move ahead. The next question is ropeway as public transport. We all take ropeways, we all have enjoyed the ride in ropeways, but these ropeways are actually for our pleasure, not for the transportation purpose. First Indian city which is going to use ropeway services as public transportation, Varanasi, UP. You have to learn that. This is going to be the last question of the day, so be more focused. Just give me 2 more minutes. Distance will be covered, that is going to be 4.2 kilometers in 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, they'll be covering 4.2 kilometers. They'll be using this ropeway as public transport. So this Varanasi, UP has become the first city to do so. I am going to wrap up here. If you could understand, then press the like button. If you could not understand, then switch to the Hindi session. I'm going to wrap up here. Thank you so much for watching.